Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So another video today on some bow hunting things, something new I'm trying this year. Excuse me. So if you watched the last one, actually I just got it sitting right here. I did a little test on this Limb Saver string decelerator. Pretty interesting results. Whether or not that thing quieted my bow down. I used a decibel meter to actually check that, and the results were pretty interesting. Anyway, I'll put a link right up above if you want to check that out. I found the results interesting. But today we're going to talk about some new broadheads that I'm using this year. Well, they're not exactly new. Same brand that I've been using for years and years and years, but a different style. For probably, I don't even know how long now, but for several years I've been using these Slick Trick standards. Well, these are the Magnums in the 125 grain, and I absolutely love these things. Actually, here's the old package to them. See, that thing's pretty faded out. Still got some new blades in there. But fell in love with these years and years ago. I've shot about every darn style of broadhead out there, I think, including mechanicals. And for a while there, I was using mechanicals. Just almost, that was it. Strictly mechanicals. They were the old Rocky Mountain snipers, which I think were the predecessor to the Rage. It was a two-blade like a slip cam, just like the Rage was, just a little smaller cutting diameter. And I liked them, but I wasn't in love with them. And I always thought to myself, if I could find a broadhead, a fixed blade broadhead, that flew as good as a mechanical, I would switch to it, and that would be it. I would never look back. And somehow I came across these Slick Tricks, and I shot a bunch of other fixed blades. Montex, Muzzy, Thunderheads, you name it. I shot bunches and bunches, and some flew really good, and some didn't fly so really good. And so when I came across these, I gave them a shot, and these things fly amazing. And I've used them ever since. And they're pretty easy to put together, pretty easy to use. It's a 4-blade system. I think you can see that. It's a 4-blade system that locks in. They call it the Alcatraz. Good Lord, the Alcatraz locking system, and it's just the way that it locks onto the ferrule itself. But really robust blades, really robust tips on them. They all come apart, so if you ever bust up a blade, you'll be able to change it out pretty easily. And I'm thinking back on the dozens of deers I've taken with these things, if I've ever not had a pass-through. And I think every time I've at least had a pass-through or darn close to it. And I shoot the 125 grains with a little bit heavier arrow. And I believe in that kinetic energy. That's a topic for another day. But, excuse me. Yeah, that's a topic for another day. But I've had, as long as my shots were good, I got to put it that way. Because nobody's shot is always 100% always great, but as long as I had good double lung, side shots on deer, I always had pass-throughs with these things. So really been impressed with them over the years. So it begs the question, why am I changing? And really, I don't have an answer for it. I saw these. These are the new Viper Tricks. So those are the standards in the Magnum. And then I saw some videos on some of these new Slick Trick Viper Tricks, and how much people were absolutely raving about these things. So I thought, you know what? Even though I've had fantastic luck with these, I'm going to give these a try this year. I just want to try them out, see if there's anything noticeably different to them. I mean, these three older Slick Tricks they're still perfectly new. So if I don't like these, I can go back to those. But I'm going to put these together, throw them on 3 arrows, and shoot them into the target a few times. I thought you guys and gals like to come along and just check everything out. Maybe give you a heads up or an inclination on maybe something you want to try down the road. But yeah, if you're looking for a new fixed blade broadhead, even without shooting these yet, I know I'm probably going to like them, but the Slick Trick, I tell you what, if you're looking for a really good fixed blade broadhead, that's one you should try. All right, so let's get into this. Let's put these things together. All right, so let's take a look real quick at what we're going to get in this package. Slick Trick Viper Trick 125s, 1 1/16 cutting diameter. Of course, that's a 4-blade system, so that's a darn that's that's a good size wound that you're putting in a deer. A lot of people think these days you got to have those 2-inch, 2.5-inch gaps. Man, that to me, I just disagree with it. Hey, if that's your thing, no worries. But I've had nothing but really good blood trails with these things. So let's compare them to the Slick Trick Magnums. 1 1/16, and then the Magnums have a 1 1/8. So this is a 16th smaller. Blade thickness. Looks like it's about the. Let me see. Is it the same? Yep. They're both .035 in thickness. The ferrules are super steel, they call them. Really, it just says 125 grains, 035 steel. Super steel is the ferrule. The tip is a 2-edge cut-on contact. We'll take a look at that. The blade lock system is Alcatraz, which is their typical system, and it works really well. Total cut. Okay, this is interesting. Total cut is 1 1/16 plus a 7 1/8. I guess they're accounting for that that third and fourth blade, so it gives you a total cutting surface of 1 15/16. So that's almost 2 inches on a 4 blade. So that makes sense. And flight, it says field point accurate. It says the Alcatraz blade. That goes into some detail here if you want to ever check this out. I can even hold it up there if I read it on your own if you want to. You can go ahead and pause the video and read away, but it says the blade lock system, the superior durability, incredible hemorrhaging. And I can tell you from using some of these, or using these in the past, that's not an overstatement. These have left amazing blood trails for me. In a nutshell, deep penetrating cut-on contact design, strength and durability at the forefront of its maxims, then married with the laser-like flight characteristics you expect from Slick Trick. And I'll agree with that also. These things fly just like my field points. And then it goes on to say all the advantages of a one-piece head with the ability to replace blades and maintain nearly 2 inches of razor-sharp cut. Okay, how can you not like that? Set those aside. We'll open this up. Move my arrows here. See what we got here. Put these together. We'll throw them on some arrows. We'll give them a couple shots. Hope to God I don't cut myself and I have to go to the emergency room, because my wife is going to love it if I do. Because it wouldn't be the first time. And that's just the truth. Anyway, let's get going here. Interesting package to open. There are some plastic. Okay, there we go. Got to the edge of the plastic. Okay. All right, Slick Trick, I just want to open you. That's what I want to do. Good Lord. All right, this is about the weirdest packaging I've ever seen. I like this so much better. Watching. This is painless.
2 hours later.
Okay. Now they give you an extra ferrule, but do they give you enough blades to set up that extra ferrule? They do, so they give you enough for 4, which is actually nice, because in the old ones they only gave you 3 with a couple extra blades. So you're actually getting an extra broadhead now, which is good. The price on this, I hadn't mentioned this. These were, I'm sorry, these Viper Tricks were, what were they? I found them on Walmart.com. I think was the cheapest, 33-ish. I think for the whole set of them, 33. Anyway, let's take a look here at the head. That's definitely much more slender and streamlined than the old head. Tapers down to a nice point. It definitely has got a little cutting edge on it. And that is definitely sharp. That is really sharp. Okay. They all look like they're pretty well machined. I don't see any flaws. Paint all looks good. Everything I've come to expect from Slick Trick. So Everything looks real good. See, let's see if we can put these together. I've never put these Viper tricks together, but if it's anything like the old slick tricks, it should be about the same. Just gonna slide that right through, I believe. Yep. And I know these blades. What are they called? Solingen? I don't know if I'm saying the right. SOLINGEN SS blades. They're German blades, and they are sharp. I mean, like spooky sharp. Well, let's get this one in now. This guy's keeping one line. We get the other one. So that person always shit on you. I'm trying to run these things are sharp. I can feel it. I can feel it. My fingers. So like that. I need to do these sometimes like quickly. Sometimes it takes me a few seconds to get these things. So I go like this one. There she goes. Start doing it. There we go. All right, so that's all we got in. And then you take one of these rings. And you put them back, and that holds all those blades in place. And then we'll grab yourself an arrow. Lock that down. And I always have this little hole here in my bench. I'm able to stick that in there and gently snug that up. And that thing is right there, ready to go. Okay, all four are set up. All four look good. Definitely a different look between the standard slick trick and the Viper trick. And I think the biggest thing, the standard slick trick, all four blades are the same size. And on this Viper trick, the two bigger blades are obviously much bigger than the two smaller. The ferrule also appears to be much longer on the Viper trick and is a much narrower, I don't know if I want to say sharper, but a much narrower, almost like a stiletto point on that. So yeah, they look nice. I still really, I don't have any problem with those right there, but let's give these a try. So I got all four set up. I'm going to use 3 for my hunting season, and I'll use 1 for practice. But let's go throw a target out there. I'll shoot a couple field points first to see where we're hitting at. We'll just do 20-25 yards, and then I'll shoot in a broadhead, and we'll see how that flies compared to the field points. I'll be using my 2002 Matthews Legacy. Love this bow. Still shoots so good. Just yesterday, I had that Robin Hood with it. So, I mean, this thing still shoots wonderfully. It's an older bow, so of course, you know, it might not be as quiet as the newer bows or as fast, but if I can put arrows down range accurately and efficiently, what's the issue? Exactly. So let's go throw a target out there and let's shoot a couple arrows. Okay, got the target set up about 20 yards. It's in the shade, so it's a little hard to see, but that's fine. Now I'm going to shoot 3 or 4 broadheads into it, or field points into it, and see how they fly. I got the GoPro set up down there by it, so let's hope I don't hit that. I don't think my aim's that bad. Let's hope not. So yeah, we'll put 3 or 4 field points into it. I'll go pull them out, and then we'll put a broadhead into it once or twice, see how she flies. There we go, number 1. Anyway, number 2. Bee flying around my head that time. Just flying around the camera too. Number 3. Number 4. Ooh, I heard a fletching on that one. I hate it when I hear that. That scares me. Ooh, I heard a fletching on that one. I hate it when I hear that. That scares me. Okay, not terrible. Not terrible for some cold shots. So 2 in the bullseye, 1 just below it, and 1 about 1.5 inches out. Not too bad though. So, well, that's good penetration on that one. Yeah, all the way through. Must have hit a former hole on that thing. So let's get these out of here. To have a little better look. All right, let's get these out and get that broadhead set up. Okay, everybody, so now, unfortunately, my main camera back at the place where I was shooting has fizzled out. Battery went. So I'm just going to leave this GoPro running. I'm going to shoot the broadhead 3 times, maybe 4, minimum of 2 or 3, and see how she flies. I just shot my other slick tricks, the older ones, the other day into this target, and you can see that they were pretty accurate. You can see one was there, one was there, and one was right next to that. And yeah, pretty happy with those. Let's see how these Viper tricks do. Let me get you set up here. That should do. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. Let's do it. Well, hard to argue with that. Not a bad shot. Obviously right in the bull. About where my other slick tricks were hitting, but let's shoot it at least 1 more, maybe 2 more times to make sure it wasn't a fluke. Get some of that stuff off it. All right, let's do it again. Yeah, I knew that one when I let it go. I got quick on that trigger and I knew I dunked it. So that one's me, without a doubt. None of us are perfect. Let's do another couple there to make sure. I'll get my form back on track, but that's a good 3 inches low right there. So that's all me. Let's do this right. All right, at least a couple more shots here. That's more like it. But when you actually stay true to your form and remember all the fundamentals and let a good arrow fly, you know it. You know it when you drop one. I know. Same way when I shoot firearms. I know when I get one low. I can absolutely tell, but that one was much, much better. Let's do 1 more. All right, 1 more. Yeah, not terrible. Not terrible. Just a 1/4 inch outside the black, so I'm good with that. At 20 yards, and I've been shooting. This is probably my, well, how many arrows have I shot? Earlier today I was practicing and then come out here and do all these, so you know, you get fatigued after a while. There's no doubt about that. You got to remember to take a little break every now and then, but all in all, I'm pretty happy with that. 4 broadheads, the Viper tricks. Obviously 2 in the black, one low, and that I knew that was me, and 1 just outside the black. So not bad at all. I'm pretty happy with these things. That's it for the video. Thanks for watching. If you want to check out more content, we got a whole channel full of it. If you like what you see, think about liking the video. And if you want to subscribe, that's great, but I never want to beg anybody to do that. So, oh, I can't wait to get out hunting now. All right, that's it. Everybody take care. Here's the thumbs up for you. We'll see you soon.